have busy time slots, so we appreciate you coming in, Jolene and Belinda. So yeah, hi.
Hey,
I
Belinda.
am Dani Klein-Madison. I'm the founder and CEO of Laughter on Call. And this is the very delightful and talented Nikki. And I'm going to share a little PowerPoint just to get us all acclimated. We're going to do some interactive games and exercises and tools that you can take away with you. And we're going to get to know you, most importantly, who you are, what brings you here, and any specific questions you have about creating connection through all stages of cognitive decline. So let me share my screen. Here we go. Here we go. And I'm going to just
Perfect, Dani. It looks great.
slideshow. How about that? All right, so it's okay to laugh, tools for self-care and maintaining connection. And one of the reasons that I added the self-care is that I was giving this lecture places and people said, because my background is stand-up, and people said, I thought it was going to be stand-up. So I just wanted to make it really clear that it is comedians' tools, but it's about helping us, giving us self-care and an ability to connect through all stages of cognitive decline. So here we go. This is how I got here. This is my mother. May she rest in peace. She was diagnosed with Alzheimer's about 8 years ago, and I had the idea. I'd been a comedian and taught stand-up at UCLA for 10 years. And I'm going to see if I can do that. Okay, cool. And so I had the idea to hire a comedian to cheer her up. And it worked. She started laughing again and joining in her community. And I thought, wow, this really needs to be everywhere. And so after that, we had comedians working one-on-one, bringing connection, using their instincts to do storytelling and take people in exactly where they are and be completely present in a way that uniquely comedians are qualified to be in terms of storytelling and being able to just keep the ball going. And I had a request from leaders to please come up with training so that families and professional caregivers could use some of these comedians' tools to create connection. So that's what brings me to you today. And, okay, let's see what's going on with my PowerPoint. Here we go. Can we do that? There we go.
Perfect.
Okay, fantastic. Belinda, would you like to read that for us?
Yes. Hello, everyone. It says burdens of today's caregivers have increased from what they were a century ago. They include round-the-clock concierge, chauffeur, schedule manager, medication, and technology troubleshooter, in addition to cook, maid, attendant, not to mention income earner. And the excerpt is from Being Mortal
by Atul Gawande, which I have right here. And that's a great book if you just want to jot that down quickly, because what do you feel about that statement, Belinda? How do you feel about that?
So I will also add detective
Yeah.
to it. Only because my parents don't tell me they can't tell me anymore where their important belongings are. So I am definitely a detective. So yes, I agree wholeheartedly.
Love it. Love it. And Jolene, do you have any comments about that quote?
So, I deal with so many people that have dementia and Alzheimer's, and I just think that caregiver they're just everything. They are every single thing. They're the cleaner, they're everything that you just mentioned, everything that Belinda mentioned. And it's tough. I mean, I'm thinking of the caregivers, just the the caregivers that I work with, not the adult children in the home, or of course the spouse, but all of it. I mean, it's really tough because you got to watch everything.
Exactly. So you can understand why we all might need a little comic relief.
Absolutely. Great deterrent.
Yes, deterrent and connector. That's what's so cool about it. Great. So laughter How many of you are familiar with the health benefits of laughter? Anyone? I'm going to share them with you. Oh, you are, Jolene. Okay, cool. Well, let's just say that stress hormones, feelings of isolation, tension, pain, they all go down when you're able to laugh. And the funny thing about laughter, I think, is that it doesn't even have to be real laughter. You can actually fake laugh, and then you will end up really laughing, and that's just as healthy for you. So we could do that exercise right now because facial muscles are engaged, endorphins go up, oxygen to the lungs, brings actually oxygen to all of our organs, and wonderful byproduct is human connection. So that's why we're so committed to spreading the message of laughter, much like Hilarity for Charity, bringing light to the disease. We love to show how laughter can really help mitigate feelings of isolation and agitation in people facing the illness. And, oh yeah, burns calories. Oh, everyone wants that. Okay, here we go. Yes, Jolene, why don't you read this quote?
Talk with her, let's play with her, let's smile at her with our full being. Let's hug her, let's let her know in all the ways we can that love is stronger than fear and confusion.
Yes, and that is by Anne Basting. I have her book right here called Creative Care. That's a great book. I'm going to put all these in the chat for us. But Anne is a MacArthur Fellow and has done wonderful research on using laughter and improvisation and theater to connect. And I really love this message that love is stronger than fear and confusion. And I think one of the challenges, and I don't know if you all have had this experience, but my father died of cancer 30 years ago, and it was painful and awful and morphine drip and the whole thing. But people came to visit him until the day before he died. And then my mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and within 6 months, we were down to, 2 or 3 friends that would show up. And so that's something that really is part of our mission, is to give people tools to show up. Because there are people who will say, I just want to remember her the way she was. And, kind of ick. Not fans of those people, but there is a whole world of people who would show up and want to show up, but they don't know what to do and they don't know what to say and they're afraid. And so they just stall and stall and stall until it's too late. So we love to be able to give tools. And the way that we do this is through something called Pilates. And it's 8 tools. And I say it's like Pilates for strengthening your caregiver core. So that's what we are going to jump right in with. So B is for breathe. So I love to talk about breathing, and apparently I'm not the only one, because Apple now has, you can get on your watch, it can tell you to breathe. So the wonderful thing about breathing intentionally is that it is the first building block of self-care. And that's, of course, what we're going to be focused on. So it gives us a pause, and it can give us more patience. So why don't we all just take a deep breath together, and then I'm going to turn this over to Nikki, because Nikki is going to show us some physical and vocal warm-ups that we can do to help stay present. So one deep breath together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Wonderful. Okay, Nikki, why don't you take it away?
That's amazing. Thank you,
I'm gonna stop
Dani.
here so we can
Yeah,
see it.
I encourage everybody to turn to gallery view so we can see each other. Donna, how are you? It's so wonderful to see you. Yes, please. Hello, Gina. Hello, Lauren, our bestie Lauren. Hello, Amy and Amy, 2 Amy's. That's fantastic. Belinda, I'm still laughing about you saying you're a detective. I think that is so awesome, and I love that so much. So, yes, thank you all for being here. We encourage you, if you can, to turn those cameras on. If not, no problem. There's a chat button. You can communicate through the chat button, as Dani and I will check the chat button all the time, and you could communicate with each other. So that's wonderful. We are going to get that blood pumping, that oxygen flowing, because this helps to get our imaginations going. And we need those imaginations when we're showing up for ourselves and for our care partners. So what do you say if we are willing and able and dressed on the bottom, we stand up, push away from those computers, those laptops, whatever gadget you're on. Take this moment to stand if you can for yourself. If not, we can do all these things while seated, which is amazing. Fantastic, Donna. Awesome, Lauren and Belinda and Jolene. Okay, let's start walking in place. We're going to get that heart a going, our heart a pumping. We love it. Amazing. We are walking. We are going somewhere. We are moving our fingers. Really important to move our fingers and our feet. Beautiful, Jolene. I love that stretch. Donna, can you tell me a place you like to walk to that maybe you find some peace and maybe some joy and happiness?
To my kitchen.
Tune in.
We are with you, sis. We are with you. We love it. Okay. We are walking to Donna's kitchen. Donna, we hope you have a kitchen big enough for all of us because we're coming to raid your fridge. Okay, everybody. We're walking. We're there. We have arrived. We are at Donna's favorite place, or one of her favorite places, the kitchen. I ask that everybody close your eyes. Take this moment for yourself. We're here to support each other. There are no mistakes. We're just here to connect and learn some things about one another and hopefully learn some things we could take with us. Take it all in. We're in Donna's kitchen. I've never been there, but I can imagine it's pretty nice. What do you see? What did you see? What does it smell like? What's Donna cooking? We don't know, but I'm waiting for it. Is there a fridge, a toaster? Take it all in. And while we're here in this amazing kitchen, let's raise our arms up to that big, beautiful kitchen ceiling. We're here. We're going to take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, after 3, let it out. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Fantastic. Right back up, right back up. Reach even higher. Stretch those fingers. This time, I want you to think of your favorite snack in your kitchen. On the exhale, after 3, share that snack with us. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Chocolate chips.
Woo, chocolate chips. Beautiful. Final time up. This time, I want everybody to say on the exhale all together to support one another and to be our own cheerleaders is, we got this. Here we go. On the exhale after 3. 1, 2, 3. We got this. Yes, you do, Detective Edwards. You got this for sure. Here we go. Now, let's loosen up our bodies. Sometimes we get tight, especially when we have stressful days or those moments where it's so stressful. We're going to roll out our necks. Beautiful, wonderful. Maybe we go to the left a little bit. Oh, amazing. To the right. Oh, let's move up to our shoulders. Beautiful, Lauren. Beautiful, Jolene. Move over, Beyonce. Lauren is in the building. Fantastic. Oh, wait, Donna, Jolene, Belinda, Gina, and Amy. Gina's in a car, but look to the right of you anyway, because there's a hula hoop there for you, Donna. There is a hula hoop for you, Belinda. You're going to hula that body through that hula hoop because Jolene in New York, you know those New York hips don't lie. Those New York hips don't lie. We're getting loose. Let's warm up those hips. Even if we're sitting, we can do this. Let's just get loose and fun. The hula hoops to the thighs, to the knees, that hula hoop. Whoa, it's to the ankles. Boom, we kick off that hula hoop. We don't need it anymore. Now, this is something I think which is really neat, and I did it just this very morning. Sometimes people aren't in the mood to talk, and it's great to do some facial funny, I like to call it. Some facial funnies. We love to do this all the time because a lot of the work we do sometimes is still virtual. So to utilize this box, and again, something we could do in person, mirroring, making that person laugh with just our expressions. So what do you say we use this tool to warm up our fingers, which are great for our care partners to always give some energy to those fingers. And I want everybody, Donna, I want you to get in your best chipmunk face. Belinda, get real close to that camera. I want to see your chipmunk face, Jolene Schwartz and Lauren and Dani. Let me see that face. Maybe maybe you want those chocolate chips, Donna, and I want you to crawl like a bunch of chipmunks for 10 seconds. Here we go, chipmunks, move it. 1, faster, 2, 3, move it. 4, 5, we're hungry. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wonderful.
Awesome.
Wonderful. Dani, thank
Yeah.
you so much. We are warmed up.
All right, awesome. So Nikki brought up some really great points, which I just want to reiterate. I heard something actually earlier today as a caregiver. If you're bored, the person you're taking care of is probably bored. So although some of these gestures and kind of physicality that we've just done might seem a little uncomfortable, maybe it's not something you would necessarily do at a cocktail party, know that the more energy you can bring to the moment and the more creative you free yourself, you're actually giving a gift. So one thing that I heard from the Harvard School of Gerontology is how important it is to bring your own energy that you bring to the moment is so valuable, because in fact, people who were cared for by depressed people actually had a 10% faster decline. So caregivers tend to be really generous people and don't think of themselves and can fall into depression. So I always like to cite that, because if you know that you're actually affecting others, it reinforces the need to care for yourself. So, so yes, that is that. And we're going to go back to this situation here. Okay, excellent. So we did our breathing.
Yeah.
And we did our, now, another thing that's wonderful is a tongue twister. Again, these are all tools that will get you present. So Nikki, why don't we go ahead, and it's actually right there on the screen.
Yes.
And we are gonna all say this together 5 times as fast as you can, no mistakes, and you just can't make a mistake. So here we go.
I love that, Dani. Yes. And also, yes, and they're also fun because they make people laugh when you get to do it with somebody, even if it's a smaller or 2 words together. We also say at Laughter on Call, it's a great tool to help with memorization and memory and getting those noodles cooking. So that's right, Dani. We are going to say this one 5 times as humanly fast. I'm going to count to 3. It's on the screen. Turn those mute buttons off. Here we go, team. 1, 2, 3. If
practice makes perfect, and perfect makes
practice,
practice,
and
perfectly
I'm
practice,
practically
and practically
practice, and
perfect.
practically practice makes perfect, and perfect makes practice, and I'm
Then I'm perfectly practiced, and perfectly perfect.
practice makes
Practice makes perfect, and perfect
practice,
makes
and I'm
practice, then I'm perfectly practiced, and I'm practically perfect.
Awesome.
That was
Thank
great.
you so much. Thanks. Just that's the way it is here. We're just going to dive in. Now, the next letter in our Bilates acronym is H for honest. So I'm curious, what makes you all laugh? And feel free to unmute and shout it out. What makes you laugh?
Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Robin Williams, totally. So like that's a silly kind of physicality. That's not intellectual. So that's wonderful. That's a great example. Anybody else? Doesn't have to be a person. It can just...
Sarcasm, Amy said. Wonderful, Amy.
Oh, sarcasm. Okay.
My cat.
Your
He's a
cat.
goofball. He's a
Cat,
big
what?
goofball.
He's a goofball.
He's a big goofball and clearly knows what we're saying. Like he's always like dialed in and knows what we're saying, me and my husband.
Awesome. Awesome. So just to address the sarcasm, that's so great that that makes you laugh. It's not very effective in cognitive decline because they just don't get it. They don't know, for the most part, that can be confusing unless it's very early stage. And that's a way of communicating that you've already established with that person. But in general, sarcasm can maybe not always land as someone loses their cognition. But truth, telling the truth, really. And I just remember someone being very upset when my mother was in her home and being very upset about having the wrong dessert and just making kind of just noting that, wow, that was really upsetting. And it just both made us laugh, just calling out kind of what was in the room. And that was something else at the very beginning when I first brought the comedian in with my mother, and she was very truthful with her. And she sat down and she got at eye level and she said, I know you don't want to talk to me. No, you're probably thinking, who is this schmuck just talking to me? And my mother heard the word schmuck and her face lit up because it was the sentence was so true, and that was a little risque to say. And so being able to call out the truth, right? But not brutal honesty. So, and I'm sure we've all seen that, where, especially in the beginning, when you're frustrated, when people are frustrated and they might say something that is, no, that's not what you think. That's not correct. Like correcting someone is also not a great way to promote communication through cognitive decline. So we want to avoid brutal honesty. So we want to have acceptance and be totally present to what is, and then bring empathy and compassion to our honesty. Anyone want to just quickly talk about the difference between empathy and sympathy? Anyone have any thoughts about the difference between empathy and sympathy? Has anyone ever seen the Brene Brown? Ooh, someone was going to talk?
I was just gonna say, I'm coughing so much, so I think I'm gonna just write in the chat going forward. But empathy is when you've been through it, so you can really empathize with someone because you've been dealing with it or you have dealt with it. Sympathy is when you just feel, you feel for somebody, but in essence, you haven't been through it.
So true. So Brene Brown has a great cartoon about this, actually, if you're interested. And yes, essentially what Jolene just said, oftentimes sympathy can sound like, oh, I'm so sorry you feel that way, which can come off a little bit patronizing, as opposed to an empathic response, which is, I totally hear you, and I too have felt that way because, and that really can create a connection. And that's kind of the overall goal through all of this, is how can we create connection? How can we feel more connected and break through the feelings of isolation that often come with cognitive decline? So, right. So, right, we said honesty, there's no payoff for brutal honesty. Honesty plus courage equals more energy, right? When we're able to just be in acceptance and tell the truth about what is, we release a lot of energy. So because we're not gripped trying to hold something back, taking energy to hold things back. Honesty plus acceptance equals empathy for you, yourself, and for others. And then I always like to add that, you basically, if you have one friend you can tell the truth to, that is essential. Someone that you can just share the truth of your experience and not be judged for that. So and support groups are a wonderful way to find that as you're going through this process. Definitely Hilarity for Charity is a great resource for others in the same place. So I is for imperfect, and imperfect is a big part of comedy, right? It's the launch place for so much creativity. And imperfect is not only okay, it's better than okay. Why? Because we relate to it, we identify with the humanity of it, and again, we find connection from it. So this is really great as a care partner to appreciate that the day, the hour, the moment may not look the way you want it to, but to stay present because we're just accepting what is in the moment and trusting that we can create something out of it, that there's some way to create something out of it. So something to do is to ask yourself, on these days, am I trying to be the perfect caregiver? Am I trying to be the perfect visitor? Am I trying to compensate for how imperfect the situation is by trying to make everything feel perfect? And that speaks to what I was talking to earlier about people not wanting to visit because they're afraid it won't be perfect. And so if you release that and give people permission to not be perfect, whether they're visitors or caregivers or yourself or the person that you're caring for, you really free up so much possibility for connection. So, and it is, I come from the stand-up world, so I always like to call out this analogy of comedians, stand-ups. We have a set list. We're going to do this bit. We're going to do this bit. We're going to do this bit. And then a tray of drinks falls in the front and you're like, and actually that tray of drinks falling is an opportunity for more humor if you stay present and in the moment. And I find that to be very similar for caregiving. Like you have a plan for the day, we're going to do this, we're going to have breakfast, we're going to draw, we're going to listen to a book on tape, have lunch, take a bath, and then, you know, here the example, the person has a toothache and that's not going to happen, or they're too confused that day, or it just feels like too many things. So, and I'd love to check in with our audience here and hear some stories. If any of you have a story about imperfection, some experience that you had that you felt, and then were able to persevere. Does anyone have a story they'd like to share? Yeah, Lauren.
I can. This is a little bit dark, but also fun. I'm the youngest in a family of 4 caregivers at the time. We were rotating care. And when my mom was moved to hospice, she did the thing that they do, which is became very clear suddenly and was very present. So if anyone's ever taken a loved one through hospice, they suddenly those last days are very present and they seem better. And she just stopped and looked at us all. I went, "What are you all doing here? Are you going to do a talent show for me?" Because she suddenly just became aware that things were weird and she didn't know what was going on. And we all went, "Yep." So we all took a thing from around the room and performed a made up talent. My sister blew up a rubber glove and made a thing out of it. I played the xylophone, which was the space heater in the room. My brother like made origami out of all of her paper towels that we were using to wipe her face. We all just like performed a talent and then we all sang a song for her and she was like, "Yay! Do I get ice cream?" We went, "Yep." So like she had this moment where we all got scared because she suddenly was aware that she was in a weird place and kind of came to, and we all got really scared to tell her. But then we went, "Yep, we're doing a talent show." So like we took that scary problem and then made it really funny, and we laughed and we took pictures, and she was loving it. She was crying so hard and she was laughing, and it was very much my family because we're very Von Trapp performer goofy people. So it was really great. And my mom loved to laugh. Our whole family was full of laughter and music and fun and loud. And so we took that scary moment where she became aware that she was in a new place and didn't like it and then made it fun.
Great. I mean, that's an amazing story, Lauren. And also kind of foretelling where we're going, which is to yes and, right? Which is to not saying, "No, mom, this isn't a talent show. Why would you think that?" You know, not, again, speaking to honesty that isn't brutal, right? There was a phrase that came up quite a bit during my mother's care, therapeutic lying, you know, and this is an actual thing. It kind of speaks to yes and, which we are definitely going to talk toward. Anyone else have anything to add? Okay, well, we're going to keep going because we have lots to do. So I love to give some suggestions about when someone is having an imperfect day and you're kind of at odds. You know, you can always pull out old photos. And one thing that we always like to inject in this is that you can tell stories that aren't necessarily true. You can make stories up and free your own mind. You can absolutely bring out photos and recall truth, but you know, you can always pull out a magazine and write a story about a couple in the ad and their kid. And you know, a great point that Ann Basing makes a lot is about using the imagination rather than memory. So making things up and freeing yourself, you know, and as we talked about early, the energy and your tone and all of that is really, even a smile can make a difference. And another fact about laughter is that it's contagious. So whether you're making a face or kind of using music and dancing in an unexpected way, once laughter starts, it's actually contagious. And then you get all the benefits that we talked about oxygen being come to the lungs and all of the endorphins and serotonin and dopamine, all of that comes just from putting in the effort and doing something surprising. I would say also the element of surprise is a great tool and something that you can engage with that will get everybody present in the moment with your loved one. So does anyone have any questions? Any thoughts about what I'm saying? Have you used any of this before? Any of it sounding familiar? Just on instinct?
I was going to say something. I was
Yeah.
writing it, but I took this amazing class. It was a few years ago, and it was this woman, forgive me, I can't remember her name, but she talked about how when you answer the phone or you speak to clients, it was before the pandemic when everything really went virtual, but how to receive people on the phone, and they know you know when someone's smiling on the other end. You can just tell, you could feel it. And I did like a trial and error because a lot of my work, I had to do phone calls. I have to make at least 5, whatever, a week. It's a whole thing. But I know my clients know when I'm in a good mood. They could feel it, and I'm responsive and it just works better. It's just a better exchange, everything about it. So you can really feel someone's smile, even if you don't see it, you can hear it.
Yes, absolutely. Energy is so important, and you can hear it in the voice. And something that we're going to talk about, Elle, for letting go of the moment before, but I realized something that I'd love to do now that we didn't do at the top is get to know each of you a little bit and also engage in a little bit of silliness together and why you're here. So I'm Dani. I am in Los Angeles, and I cared for my mother who had Alzheimer's. And what I love to do to take care of myself and feel good is to dance. So we are all going to say Dani and do that gesture right now. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Dani, dance.
Right. So we're going to go around and do that. And I'm going to use Nikki next. So Nikki, go ahead.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Nikki, and I work with all sorts of wonderful humans that are in cognitive decline and memory care communities all across Los Angeles and other cities as well, which is pretty great. And to check in with myself, I like to do face masks. And so I'm going to say, Nikki, oh.
Great. Ready? Everyone together. 1, 2, 3.
Nikki. Oh.
And just to test our own memories a little, let's go from the top. So we'll start with me and then we'll do Nikki. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Dani, dancing. Nikki. Hi.
Awesome. All right. Belinda, can you say hello? Tell us where you are and what brings you
Hi.
here?
Hi, I'm Belinda. I'm in Maryland and I'm from Maryland. I actually care for my parents. My mother has Alzheimer's and my father has vascular dementia. I am their only child, so it really is just me and paid support when I can afford it. Uh, I have been fortunate enough to be selected as an Elizabeth Dole Hidden Heroes Fellow because my father is a veteran. And so I am here because I need more laughter. It's very stressful at times, especially when they're agitated, and I'm trying my best not to be agitated, and sometimes I am. And so thank you very much for the laughter because I needed it.
Great. And what's something that you like to do with a gesture? Something for us?
I don't know. I'm not good at this part.
That's all right.
You are.
No judge. Just jump in.
I don't know. I'm really anal about this stuff.
Well, I don't want to do
Yeah.
that gesture.
I know. I don't know. Can I pass? I really don't know.
Yeah, you absolutely can pass. But let me ask
Okay.
you, do you like eating popcorn?
No.
There you go. Fantastic. All right, Jill, we're gonna move on. Well, let's go from the top. We'll just do no. We'll do Belinda and say
No.
no. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Belinda.
Oh,
No.
Can I take a pause?
All right, and then Nikki. Nikki.
Ah.
And then
Dancing.
All right, Jolene.
hi.
Hi, tell us where you are and why you're here and something you love to do.
Sure. So I am Jolene and I am a transitional care coach. I needed credits, CEU events, credits, but I typically do the same programs over and over, and this seemed a little different. And I love laughter and smiling and all that good stuff. We have more than 50% of clients at Caring People Home Care that have dementia and Alzheimer's. So I deal with these people all the time, and my caregivers that deal with them. I lost both my parents. So anyway, all of it, this is very helpful and resourceful. And so I do love all this stuff. And I'm also a yoga instructor. So the breathing, so that's my sign.
Oh,
All
beautiful.
right, everyone, let's do Jolene on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Jolene,
Jolene.
breathing.
All right, let's do another one and then we'll go back through everybody. Okay, Donna.
Donna.
Hi, I'm Donna. I'm from New Jersey, and my husband and I took care of his dad who had vascular dementia. He passed away about a year ago. Mike, my husband, has type 1 diabetes. He's got some issues I'm kind of dealing with anyway, so because of caregiver burnout and stuff, I just wanted to, find a place. I found this, and I thought the laughter part, that's how my husband and I really connect. We make each other laugh all the time. So, but I guess as far as my Zen kind of thing, I do tie dye, but that's really
Ooh.
messy. I made this for myself today. I'll show you. See,
That's
got pants,
awesome.
and
Wow.
then I found out it was
That
Leo.
romper is awesome.
Really
Yeah, these are
cute.
like a sweater. I thrift stuff, and then anyway. So maybe I was gonna say cook.
Cook.
The dye.
Yeah, I'll say
Or the
cook.
cook or the
Okay, that's
dye,
cute.
right? That's so cool.
Dye. I do that for
Yeah.
dyeing too. So I
All
dump
right,
Dyeing.
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 All right, on the count of 3, we're gonna do Donna, and we're gonna
Donna,
Cooking and
dyeing.
dyeing. Cooking and dyeing.
Cooking
Ready?
and dyeing.
1, 2, 3. Donna.
Donna,
Cooking and dyeing.
cooking
Cooking
and
and
dyeing.
dyeing.
All right, and then let's go back to the top. Danny.
Danny
Danny.
dancing. Sticky.
Yeah.
Belinda.
Belinda.
Can I take a?
No.
Oh, no, no.
No.
Done.
And
Jolene.
Oh, Jolene.
Donna, cooking and
Donna.
dyeing. Cooking and
Cooking
dyeing.
and dyeing.
All right.
Oh, Amy wrote into the chat, Danny. I'd love to read it.
Okay.
Amy, I'm in Northern California. I'm caring for my parents. Mom has Alzheimer's. Dad has a stroke. I have 2 siblings. One is helpful long distance, comes to give me a respite for 3 times a year for a week. The other is also long distance. 0 time for our parents and minimal compassion for my efforts. It makes it clear she doesn't trust me to do a good job. My family is one of jokesters, so I default to humor to cope with my anxiety. My go-to relaxation thing is working jigsaw puzzles. Don't know a gesture for that. Amy, don't worry. We could all help you on that. Thank you so much for sharing all of that.
Thank you, Amy. All right, everyone, let's do Amy.
Amy.
Putting in our puzzle piece.
Beautiful.
All right, and let's keep going, and then we'll go all the way through. Lauren.
Hi. Sorry about that. I was just saying hi to Amy. Hi, yeah, I'm Lauren, and as I mentioned my fat cat earlier, for fun at the end of a long day, especially after all the caregiving that was happening at the time, coming home to our giant fat ginger cat is always my favorite thing. And sitting on the couch with my husband and our fat ginger cat, drinking wine, watching some TV. So I'm gonna say, Lauren.
Great. All right, everyone together. Lauren. All right, here we go from the top one last time. Danny.
Vicky. Linda. Oh, I don't want to run up. Jolene. Breathing. Donna. Amy with the jigsaw puzzle.
All right, round of applause. So wonderful. Up, and there's the cat. Lauren's giving us a tight close-up of her cat.
He has some notes. He doesn't appreciate the meow.
So wonderful. And it's so interesting, Lauren, because that's reminding me of one of the conferences I went to. They talked about animatronic animals for respite care. And I think that's super interesting that they've had tremendous success with these, like they're fake dogs, but they believe they do create a sense of comfort. So that's something to look into. I don't know the name of the company offhand, but there's one that's having a lot of success with it, and they probably have grants available for something like that. So I just wanted to make sure that I I mentioned that. All right, let's keep moving along because we're on to L. And L is for letting go of the moment before. And I always love talking about this because when I would be with my mother and something would happen and she would look really, really upset, and I would feel terrible about it, and what am I going to do? And then I would look away and I'd look back and she'd be laughing and smiling and waving her hand, and I would thought, oh, I really need to know how to let go of the moment before, that they just really, and that's something that comedians for sure know. You know, if a joke bombs, you can't wallow in it. You have to keep going to the next moment. And I really found that this is true in this kind of care as well. So I think one of the best tools for this, I find, and I think that Jolene is going to understand this, is meditation. Meditation is such a great microcosm of what it means to let go of a moment. And so if everyone's cool with it, I'd love to do a 5-minute meditation with everyone. So get comfortable and let's put your feet on the ground and relax your arms by your side. We're going to take a deep breath. And I'm not going to ask Jolene to run this, even though I'm tempted because we have a professional in the house, but it's your time to relax. So let's all let everything go. Take a deep breath. We'll start with a deep breath. Hold it. Okay, great. So let's start with the bottoms of our feet and our toes. Just let it all go. Let gravity take the weight of your feet and your toes. Just focus on sending a thought of relaxation to the very bottom of your feet. And then we're going to move up to our ankles. And we're just going to send a quick thought to relax our ankles and let them go. And we're going to move up the leg to our calves. Send the breath into your calves and release the weight. And let's move up to our knees and our kneecaps. Just allow gravity to take the weight and let go. We're going to move up to our thighs and just truly let them collapse into the chair. Let the weight of gravity just release into it. And moving up, we're going to put the attention on our sits bones and our hips. And just let it completely release into the chair. Move up to our bellies. Just let them totally release and let go. Make them as big and wide as we can. Just complete surrender. Sending breath and relaxation to that middle part of our bodies. And let's move up to our rib cage. Just letting it rise and fall. And moving up to our chest. Just breathing in and letting it sink effortlessly, no effort, just falling into the chair. And let's move up to the clavicle and that whole shoulder area. Just release and let it drop. And if you want to make a sigh as you're exhaling, that's perfectly allowed. In fact, let's move up to the neck and to our throat and our voice and let it all relax. Let's move up to the jaw. Just let your jaw drop and completely relax. Just let it drop, and your tongue and your jaw and your cheeks, let them just fall where they are. And moving up to the eyelids, just let them fall where they are. No effort. Just let them drop. And your eyebrows, no tension. Just let it all drop. Just continuing to breathe. And then let's move up to the forehead and release all the tension in the forehead. Oh. Now we're going to move to the very top of our heads. And as if an egg was cracked on your head, just let it fall down. Let's go back to the shoulders and the arms and have them drop by your side with no effort. And feeling your hands, your wrists, all of it completely released. And let's take 3 breaths here together. Breathing in for 3, holding for 3, and breathing out for 4. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Next one. Okay, last one. And release. I'm going to take one and just blow your lips out before we finish. 1 breath in, and then blow it through your lips. All right. And when you're ready, you can flutter your eyes a little, slowly, gently, and come back in. All right. Welcome back, everyone. How does everyone feel? Good. Any thoughts? Amy,
Relaxed. Thank you.
were you able to do that, Amy, off camera? Yes. Well, we'll hope so. Okay, cool. So what's interesting about that is, and this may sound a little nutty, if you have a problem with privacy and being able to do that privately, you can go in the bathroom and take 5 minutes and do that for yourself. So I'm always amazed at how effective it can be just taking the time to breathe quietly and let go. And it can reinvigorate you to go back in. I'm curious if you have any thoughts, Jolene, not to put you on the spot.
I knew you were going to for some reason. That's okay.
Oh, okay,
That's
good.
okay. No, it's all good. I teach breathing and I've worked in pulmonary rehab for 11 years before this position where I'm in for 8 years. So breathing, everything you said is true and wonderful. And um, just breath work is so important because it's a reboot, right? It just gives you that pause, that time. And I tell even my caregivers, go into the bathroom, go into the room, just breathe, just
Right.
inhale and exhale. I teach you Ujjayi breath, so it's in and out of the nose when the mouth is closed. I do a lot of belly breathing. There's a lot of different types of breathing, but all the benefits that you mentioned, you know, creating oxygen and heating up the body and those natural endorphins are all true and it works just breathing, you know. Anyway, so I think you
Absolutely.
did a wonderful job.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I love all the different types of breath work, but
Yeah,
I love to be able to just give like non-professional, you can do this
yeah, of
kind of
course,
tips.
of course. And what you
So,
did was very meditative, you know, that body scan, so that's important, is just letting go of thinking and letting go, knowing how to turn it on and turn it off. Well, really to turn it off, being how to turn it on, but
right,
knowing how to let go. And your mantra, just what you kept saying is, um, true. And if you believe in it, it's going to work. And it's behavior modification, practice, 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 and you'll be able to do it. And that's something I teach my caregivers. So,
yeah, awesome. And
so
Lauren just added, taking moments in the car, right? We live in Los Angeles, the car culture. So we do have that opportunity. A little tougher to do on the one train, but on a subway, but you can find those moments. So thank you so much.
sure.
So
Good
lovely.
luck.
All right, we are going to keep going. So we have a few more letters to get to, and they're really fun. So we want to do that. So A is for appreciation. And this I love because it's something you can always do. You can always, with the person who has the disease, there's a lot of downtime and quiet time. And you can always take time to say something that you appreciated about them. And also people that are helping you, just to be generous with your expressing appreciation. And sometimes it takes courage to express appreciation. I'm wondering if anybody has any thoughts about why that would be. All right. Well, I think because it makes us feel vulnerable, right? It's to say thank you, that helped me, implies that you needed the help. So it's powerful though to express gratitude and admit the vulnerability. So accepting help and then expressing gratitude for it is such a wonderful way of, again, creating connection with people. And just being able to thank the person, as stressful as it is to care for someone, to be able to take the time and remember what was beautiful about your time together and what is even currently beautiful about the time together, even as imperfect as it is. So I would love to right now do an appreciation ball with the people who are here. So this is a wonderful, fun improv game that we do. And just like you had the hula hoop, you actually have a ball you can pick up. So everybody pick up your ball and we're going to toss it around the room. And in the ball, you can say something that you appreciate about your life right now or about the person you're caring for. So let's try right now. So I'll start and I will pass it over to Jolene. So let's see. I am very appreciative that I had the time with both of my parents through their decline. It warms my heart knowing that. And I'm going to send it over to Jolene and you can catch, Jolene.
Thank you.
Nice catch.
I'm appreciative of that when my parents were dying, both separately, that I was able to care for them wholeheartedly and be with them 100%. You know, I was that caregiver. So and with that I'm able to share that with the people that I work with now. Because
awesome. Great. So can you pass it to Donna?
Sure. Donna.
I'm grateful for having time to be at home, to take care of the people I take care of, and not have to commute 2.5 hours a day. I don't miss that at all. I'm very grateful to have this time.
Wonderful.
And, thank
Pass
you.
it to Belinda, please.
Belinda, here you go,
I
babe.
got it. Okay. I am grateful that my parents are still here and that they know my name and that we can spend time together. So that's what I'm grateful for.
Beautiful. Can you pass it to Lauren?
Lauren, here you go.
Thank you, Belinda. I'm also grateful that I got to see my parents so much. Thank you, credit cards. And that my parents also did not forget my name. They knew my face and my name, which was such a gift. And that my husband and I got to reenact our wedding that they both missed due to their Alzheimer's care. They both had to miss our wedding, which was devastating. And then one day at the care facility, my husband and I reenacted our wedding for them. And that was life-changing for all of us. Since we have those pictures, it was amazing. Can I toss it to Amy? She can put it in the chat.
That's wonderful.
All right, I'm gonna toss it to Amy. Here you go, catch Amy.
That was a great toss, Lauren. I bet you Amy caught it real well.
Thank you.
I got it right here. I'm grateful that I have a circle of supportive friends that listen, help, that I have the opportunity to help them. That's amazing.
So beautiful. And just a little tool to take with you. Sometimes if you have a quiet moment, you can write a letter to yourself because appreciating ourselves is actually the hardest to do. So we love to start a letter with "Dear me, what I love about you is." So feel free to take that sentence, write it somewhere so that when you have the time and the space, you do that for yourself because it's such a wonderful gift to give yourself. And we love to extend appreciation, as we said, even a situation that's bothering you, to be able to find something, one thing that you're grateful for is a wonderful tool also to focus on something positive, even when it feels impossible.
Amy, Dani, sorry to interrupt. Amy did something really interesting. She said, I wrote myself a letter and gave it to someone to mail to me 6 months later. Cats. It was awesome.
Oh my goodness. That's our total, that's that exercise. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's amazing. And the time to see where you are, where have you been in that 6 months is incredible too.
Yeah, so we only have a few minutes left. So I'm just going to share some of these tools. And so timing is really important. When you structure your day, we talk about the macro and the micro timing. So the macro is for safety, when to limit independence for safety. The micro is when to take on the most challenging tasks. And the micro for engagement is this 3 to 5 second rule. So I really want you to get this. This comes directly from the Alzheimer's Association, that when asking a question, if you feel, you give it 3 to 5 seconds for a response. And if you feel any agitation, just jump in and answer the question yourself and move on. because the goal is to minimize agitation. And so you kind of have to, this is a disease that's progressive and you may not always know where they are in their memory. So that's just a really good rule. 3 to 5 seconds to answer a question. Great. And the yes and we talked about earlier. It's such a wonderful opportunity to close on this actually, because this is really what matters most we have found in cognitive decline is yes and, is not arguing, is redirecting, saying, even if it's not the truth, obviously, if it's not the truth, I experience things in caregiving communities where people say, well, my son is on his way to pick me up. I just know he is. And you don't want to say, no, that's not true. Your son lives in Iowa. You might just be able to say, yes, your son is so devoted. Let's go over here and have a snack until he gets here. Or let's go put this puzzle together. Or just, the idea of redirecting. And so you don't create agitation, right? Active listening and engaging in the moment. All of these tools, and a lot of them are coincidentally improv tools about staying in the moment and working with what's right in the moment and building on an idea in a healthy way, rather than saying no and cutting someone down and making them feel agitated because they're even more confused. It's a very interesting thing. Just psychologically, people like hearing the word yes. So we, right, rather than your own agenda, 100%, Jolene, thank you. So I think they're gonna shut us down soon. The only other letter we didn't get to was S for silly, which is great because we did that at the top. So when in doubt, free yourself to be silly, and you never know what kind of connection you can make by just freeing yourself and bringing that playful energy to the relationship. The beauty, if there is any, of losing cognitive ability is that it can free a child like there's no editor. I don't know if any of you have experienced that yet, but and so to be able to celebrate that rather than focusing on what is missing, to focus on what is there, which is an accessibility to play and heart that maybe wasn't there before. That was my case, certainly with my mother. She was more open to play. So they just want me to tell you to come to the Caregivers Connect.
Yes, and it's in the chat, Dani, so everybody can look in the chat, and Jasmine put a link in there.
Right, and if anybody has any questions, you can ask me right now, or you can always reach me through Laughter on Call. And we run a lot of workshops and lots of one-on-one, and we're delighted to be working with Hilarity for Charity this year as well. So if anyone has any thoughts, please share them right now.
Yes,
Thank you. Thank you for making me laugh.
Belinda, I'm taking that detective thing. I love it. I might even get a little hat for myself.
Great.
Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you, Donna. So good to see you, and Amy, Lauren, amazing.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for being
Thanks
here
for your
and taking
time.
this time for yourself, which is awesome.
Yes,
Thank you.
wonderful.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, Jolene.
Head to
Safe
the rest of the event.
travels.